Today, we talked about how data manipulation, artificial intelligence, and deepfakes are shaping our lives. The question isn't just what technology can do, but what we allow it to do. Who has already seen an advertisement that has convinced you that your microphone or your phone was listening to your conversations? You know that moment when you're with a friend or a father, mother, talking about something that you want to buy, as for example, a pair of shoes. A few moments after this conversation, you get your phone, open your phone, your social media, your TikTok, your Instagram, and all the ads are about shoes. You just start to receive a lot of ads about shoes. It feels quite creepy, right? But here's the thing, your phone doesn't even need to really listen to you. Besides, sometimes they listen to know what you want or how are you feeling right now. If you're sad, if you're happy, everything can be discovered by your digital interactions. Because guys, as we saw in our last class, everything you do in social media with your phone, with your electronic devices are being tracked. Every click we make, everything we like in social media, everything you Google, everything means everything becomes data and everything is being collected, analyzed. Everything you do in the digital world means everything, guys. Even if you don't do nothing, this is something that is meaningful for social media. For example, if you open your phone right now, probably it will appear a lot of videos, photos. You start to scrolling up and appears one video of cats. And you start to watch this video and you watch this video until it ends. The fact that you watch this video until it ends, even if you don't really like the video, for the algorithm, it means that this kind of content is interesting for you. If the next video is about football, when the video starts, you suddenly pass, it means that maybe this content is not so interesting for you. The next content, for example, is one video from your friend. The content, it's not so interesting for you, but as is a video from your friend, you like the video to support him, but after it starts, you pass. The algorithm understands what we are doing. The algorithm understands that you don't really like the video, the content of the video, because you didn't watch it until it ends, but you like it for some reasons. Collecting and connecting all the data, the algorithm can understand all of this. So guys, knowing all of this and remembering everything we talked in the previous class, what I want us to dive into is how our data is being used to manipulate our decisions, as what we buy, how we think, and also maybe how we vote. Let's start with one of the biggest digital manipulations scandals in recent years, the Cambridge Analytica case. Before we start, I have two questions for you. Do you think you're the kind of person that can be easily manipulated? And the second, do you believe you can be manipulated without even realize it? Today, we're gonna uncover how this can happen and all the impacts of all of this in our lives. Guys, the Cambridge Analytica case is a scary example of how our data can be used against us. So let's start the story. What happened? Who is Cambridge Analytica? What they have done? So let's start. So who is Cambridge Analytica? What they did that they become so famous, and also all of their actions become the theme of a documentary on Netflix that you can watch, is The Great Hack. Besides, they didn't hack anyone, as we're gonna see. This company, guys, they used Facebook data to manipulate votes in 2016 US presidential election. And also people says they influenced others' elections, as the Brexit referendum and elections in other countries. And guys, as I said, believe me, they didn't hack it anything or anyone. They just used data that people like me, you, us gave away voluntarily. Yes, everything started with a personality quiz on Facebook. You know those kinds of quizzes asking things like, what movie character are you? Or which Disney princess are you? All of these quizzes, they seem very harmless, right? But by taking the quiz, users had gave a lot of personal information because when you do this test, you have to answer a lot of things about your personality, the things that you like, the things that you like to do, the things you like to eat, everything to know if you're more like an engineer or a lawyer, if you're more like a Disney princess or Mickey. I don't know. But guys, besides giving all of this personal information, what users didn't know is that this quiz collected much more information besides that things that they answered in the quiz. By taking the quiz, users had gave access to their profile information as the things they liked, who are their friends, informations like their location, the place that they go, to their profile information. The quiz also collected the data from the friends, from the people who made the quiz. The result of this, Cambridge Analytica assessed data from 87 million people, including maybe me and probably you. With all this data, what the company did, they created 5 data points for every American voted. These points included preferences, fears, and even emotional vulnerabilities. So then they used all of this information to create what personalized ads designed to manipulate people's behavior. So for each kind of personality, they designed a different kind of message. For anxious people, were shown alarmist ads like, if you don't vote for safety, your family will be at risk. Meanwhile, optimist people were shown lighter messages like, together we can build a better future. Everything was designed and built as if they knew exactly each person needed to hear. Brittany Kaiser, a former Cambridge Analytica employee, described all of this technique as a psychological warfare tools. The goal was simple, to change how we see the world without us even realizing it. Now let me ask you, if they can manipulate millions of votes with data, what else enterprises can do with data? What more can manipulate in our behavior with our data? Do you think there's a way to escape of this? Guys, I have to tell you, this doesn't just happen in politics. Today, a lot of companies are using technologies like artificial intelligence, algorithms to predict what we will wanna buy before we even know we will wanna buy it. So, come back into what I've spoke in the beginning of this conversation. Have you ever seen an ad on Instagram or Shein or Amazon that this ad seems to read your mind? Like you think something and suddenly poof, it appears on your phone. Guys, it's not magic. It's artificial intelligence. And the companies that dominate this technology are changing the way we shop, reaching billions of users and reshaping the consumer market. So let's take Shein, for example. Did you know that Shein is a unicorn startup? What is a unicorn startup? That means it surpassed a market value of $1 billion. In fact, Shein is now worth over $66 billion. Just to give you an idea, it's right behind another Chinese giant, TikTok, which also uses artificial intelligence to grow exponentially. What's the secret behind all of these giant companies? Powerful algorithms that analyzes everything we do. In Shein's case, every click we make, every product we look at, and even the amount of time we spend looking some photos extracted. And what they do? They use all of these informations to figure out our preferences, our favorite colors, our favorite styles. Having all of this, they create personalized recommendations. It's like the website knows me better than I know myself. If you're surprised with this, I have to tell you, Shein doesn't stop there. It doesn't just use this data to sell more products. The company also uses big data to decide what they are going to produce. With all the data they collect from their website and from other websites, they can predict trends before they even happen. For example, lots of people are researching for a specific pattern or style, Shein starts producing those items almost instantly. That's why sometimes you can feel like the sites know what you want before you even ask for it. This shows how our reality is changing. We're becoming more and more immersed in the digital area, connected in ways that used to sound some days ago maybe like science fiction. Today is reality, and I don't think we have an exit for this. Nowadays, people are even getting married in the metaverse. So what do you think? Are we being served, or we are being pushed to consume more and more? Is this innovation or manipulation? Well, the answer for this last question can change with our next topic. If I told you that the same artificial intelligence that can predict your preferences, that can predict trends and what you want to buy, for example, can also create videos so realistic that we can tell if they are real or fake. Let's talk about deepfakes. Before we start, let me show you a video of me. Can you tell me if this is real or fake?
Essa aqui se parece comigo, mas na verdade é um avatar gerado por inteligência artificial. No futuro, não vai ser preciso parar para gravar conteúdo, você só vai precisar ter uma versão virtual sua. Eu posso falar em diversas línguas com apenas um comando.
I can easily talk in English with a perfect accent. I can also change my location and style of video.
Tudo isso é possível a partir de agora. Com o tempo, vai ficar impossível distinguir entre pessoas reais e avatares virtuais na internet.
What you just saw in this video is an artificial intelligence avatar of me. I know there's a little difference between my original voice and the voice in the video, but if you look for the video in a general way, as the movement of my mouth, the movement of my arms, my body, everything is very, very realistic. And guys, this is an amateur video. Imagine what can be done with advanced technology. And we already have technology to do things that's very, very, very realistic. And for example, it's very easy to clone a voice of someone. All of these videos created by artificial intelligence that perfectly mimic someone's appearances and voices are called deepfakes. I know that at first moment it seems funny, but deepfakes can be very dangerous. Imagine fake speeches, manipulated information, or even digital blackmail. In our last Brazilian elections, for example, pornographic deepfakes of women that were running for political office were created with the intentions of damaging their reputations. So guys, this is very dangerous. This is very problematic. And one more time, when we are talking about technology, when we are talking about artificial intelligence, also we have one more fact or something that is surprising. Nowadays, we have virtual influencers, people that are not real people, but they seem like real people. They have a bunch of millions of followers and also brand deals. The problem is that most of the followers of those virtual influencers doesn't know that they are following an avatar. Because I saw some relates on the internet of people that were in love of some profiles in the internet thinking that they were real people, and after they discovered that they were artificial intelligence avatars, because every day they were posting photos, stories, videos, and everything as a real person, because everything was made in a very realistic way. And also there are some avatars that promote products, brands. Imagine if an avatar promotes a product and this product after provokes some damage for the consumers. Who will be responsible for this? The creator of the avatar? The avatar? The person that feed the profile of the avatar? Who? So when we're talking about law, technology, there are a bunch of discussion involved in this because everything is new. The most interesting thing discussing about law, technology, artificial intelligence, and everything is because we don't have a right answer for everything now. And maybe something that is right at this moment, maybe tomorrow won't be right, won't be efficient. So technology is always changing. And in this way, when we talk about law, in the way that law is going to be regulated, is going to be support people who is using and be used by technology and algorithms, it has to be very quickly, also needs to be always changing. So guys, our class today is coming to an end, and it was a big pleasure to be here talking about something that I really like to study. And I know today I've been very negative about technology, about AI, but I have to tell you, not everything about AI is bad. And I'm very enthusiastic about AI, about technology, algorithm. I use AI every day for research, for study, for work, and AI technology has enormous potential for good. It can optimize your time, it can help with the academic research, can help creating environmental solutions, and even will help a lot of companies to become much more efficient and much more powerful. But guys, we are in a course about human rights, we are lawyers, we are in a course inside a university of law. So as good lawyers, we have to find problems to solve. And that's why I've been very negative about technology, because everything in our lives have both sides, good and bad. And today we're talking about the risks about technology, the risk that involves using our data, the risk that involves using AI in our daily lives. However, my opinion is technology is here. We have to use it, because if we don't use it, we'll be left behind for who use it. But we have to use it in a good way, and we must be careful about how we feed these platforms. And also, we have to be more carefully about the information we consume every day in our social media, because probably this information is gonna be influenced, modified, and analyzed by artificial intelligence and big data. Guys, the power to use AI for good or bad lies in our hands. In the end, technology is like fire. It can warm our homes or burn down forests. It all depends on how we use it. So, what kind of future do you want to create? The choice is ours.